I would like to invite the next speaker of the session, Professor Rasheen Bappu, on stage.
Emil, I think all of you all basically are quite familiar with artificial intelligence. I think you know, what it is, right? And the nitty-gritties of it. People are talking about it, but now we have to walk the talk, right? And I think even in political platforms, there was a time that one time you were talking about it, but nothing happened, right? So all of us have to get together and walk the talk. So we need commitments, and I think I can remember yesterday. The both ministers were, complaining each other basically about infrastructure developments and trade unions and what do you call pseudo nationalistic, groups are not allowing, country to grow, right? So this is something which all of us on our own can initiate, right? We don't need governments, we don't need infrastructure developments, right? We can initiate on our own. Are you all committed for that, actually? That is very important. Commitment is important for all of us to implement. Right, and I think this is something all of you all know. 90% of the goods transported by sea across the globe, and the global value is almost about 1.5 million, 5 trillion US dollars. And it is quite huge. I think this is actually the biggest in terms of value. And maritime industry is is a strategic economic sector for economy to grow. And all of us basically know, as I told you, Sri Lanka is bleeding, and every one of us want to, put our heads together and see that the country grows, the economy grows. But at a cost, at commitments, actually. So we don't, expect, politicians to make commitments in this, right? At the corporate sector, we have to have our commitments. Artificial intelligence-based systems are bringing changes, right? I think Vivek also mentioned certain things. Helping the shipping business to be more efficient and reduce its environmental impact and improve its profitability, right? And AI, machine learning, AI machines basically that mimic human intelligence, and this is a definition. I think some of you all, even if you Google, even you can find out. And it is not a new thing for us, I think. AI has been there from 1956, right? I think people think AI is a new technology. It is not a new technology. We have not made use of it, simple as that, right? Professor John McCarthy, right, had invented the inventor of lips, right? He's the father of AI. And way back in 1956, and now only we are talking about it, actually. Sri Lanka is not even, put our foot across basically to implement it. And the language is Python, as you know. This is a basic, information which I want to share. So you can see the whole gamut of, stakeholders who need to be involved in the AI, right? Shipping lines, ports, logistics service providers, customs, road haulage companies, rail lines, airlines. I think customs is the only government organization which, when it comes to Sri Lanka, out of the whole stakeholders, and even the railway lines. I think rest, within our control, on the corporate sector and the private sector. And these are a couple of, uncertainties which I looked at it. Combination of long distance and sailing times, which we face. Port congestions are always there. Empty container shortages, I think in the morning also we discussed about it. Weather conditions, all other natural hazards create a high level of uncertainty. Right? AI works together with machine learning. I think you have heard about this very often. Blockchain, Internet of Goods to deal with all these aspects effectively. Over and over you have been hearing in this session, actually, right? Now we have to put our heads together and see that it is working. And I was looking at little differently. Okay, let's look at the concept of smart ships, right? We are talking of smart classrooms, smart healthcare, smart everything. You want smartphones, right? Smart ships. This is going to be the the trend in the future. 100% autonomous ships, This would be digitalized, very soon, without crew, ships without crew, although we are still a long way to go. And considerable anyway progress has been done in this. Smart ports, even in the morning I was talking to the harbor master, basically, and they are also looking at, infrastructure development programs, and drones are being used in smart port concepts, right? Fuel depots, ships, superstructure cranes provide reliable insights to maintenance crews, allowing them to provide proactive assistance, right? So all this in put together, we achieve a concept of, smart logistics. I think some of these companies have in payoff lines, they say smart logistics, right? Payoff lines carry smart logistics, smart shipping. But at the end of the day, how smart we are depends on the technology we implement. Okay. So I will make the presentation short because some of these presentations, there are repetitions also, right? We need AI-powered data management because data is, quite valuable for all of us. Information is valuable, right? More than, data has become a tangible, tool. And more you are AI-powered data management, right? You can, handle navigations. I think I don't need to, mention this in detail, right? And if it is AI-powered, data management, right, you achieve safety. Aim is to provide assistance to vessels to prevent collisions in busy waterways, right? And as you know, knowing that 75 to 95% of accidents at sea caused by human error. Right. And if you have AI data management, powered concept, as I mentioned earlier as well, I didn't touch on AI, but cybersecurity is also can be taken care. You have a 24/7, right? AI-powered, data management approach where you can handle cyber threats. So it benefits for cybersecurity as well. And if you have AI-powered, data management and it resolves carbon impacts, right? Route optimizations, as just now Vivek also mentioned about it, and the validation processes, right? Testing autonomous systems on a ship is difficult because of the complex access, but still, you can have an AI, powered integration system. And data integration is very important. AI cannot work without data, and what we feed only we get as the output actually. So in this whole gamut of shipping logistics, there are so many multiple parties involved. It is not only one particular company. There are so many external stakeholders, all these stakeholders which I mentioned. And some of the risks are there and some of the challenges are there in AI. Human and financial resources, right? So this is something which Sri Lanka needs, right, at the moment to be focused. I don't know to what extent, when you look at the budget of, the budget proposals, right, I don't know to what extent, we have focused on this area to, in terms of investment, right? Human resources can be found, but financial resources needs to be regulated. And regulatory and legal constraints are there. Okay, so let's, these are, a couple of areas which I think some of these presenters also have mentioned it, right? So in summary, opportunities and benefits will not only concern ports and sea transport, but also renewable, intelligent and more sustainable fishing, effective marine ecosystem protection will help us humans and businesses on several aspects, better risk management, swift and relevant decision making. So artificial intelligence, AI, will transform the whole logistic industry in days to come. So we need to be prepared. So we'll have to ask the question, are we prepared to do it? And are we willing to commit ourselves and invest on this? Thank you very much.